from the Journal of Unexplained Phenomena, a tale from Berkeley, California. The tale of Tigris. One evening, a group of terrified hikers ran screaming down from the picturesque Berkeley Hills onto the streets of the busy college town. After bystanders and officials were able to calm them down, the hikers claimed to have seen something terrifying in the eucalyptus grove from which they had just been walking. They seemed confused. Some claimed to have been stalked by a mountain lion, but others very adamantly claimed that a large, human-like creature had been closely watching them, revealing itself to the group only when they sat down at a picnic table for an evening snack. Was it Bigfoot? They were asked. No, it wasn't Bigfoot. That would have been much more human than what we encountered. But what was it? One witness in particular, a Mr. Jonathan Brackman, described a creature approximately 5 feet tall, bipedal, but with a face more in common with a mountain lion than that of a human. Prominent whiskers and cat-like yellow eyes shone from its face, and atop its head were 2 pointy, twitchy ears. It walked with a slinking sort of gait, which the other members of the party confirmed with dread. After further discussion, it was revealed that the group had settled down not to share a meal, but to smoke marijuana. Upon hearing this, the group which had gathered to hear their story laughed and walked away, convinced that they had been on drugs, and saw nothing more than what they had wanted to see in their minds. However, the police officer who had been taking down their story was unfazed, and in fact, seemed even more intrigued. He promised not to arrest them, and praised them for their honesty. The officer, who had been recently assigned to the East Bay Parks District, revealed that this was not the first group of scared hikers he had seen that summer, and in fact, he had been recently informed that for several years, rangers had shared tales of similar sightings. A creature, the size of an adult human being, but coated with fur and seemingly moving silently and swiftly in the woods, with a very cat-like feature and behavior. And almost every time, the creature would reveal itself to hikers after they decided to smoke marijuana. Which was the final detail? One which was more difficult to get. Sorry. And that was the detail which was the most difficult to swallow, for obvious reasons. Why? A concurrent article in the University of California Berkeley student newspaper accidentally shed more light on this odd creature, possibly residing in the hills of Northern California. In previous decades, the town had been home to several labs which had been rumored to have been testing genetics therapy for rare diseases. Some rumored they had also engaged in cloning research. However, the labs were recently closed down after fierce protest from animal rights groups. One lab building was broken into and the animals set free. However, the perpetrators refused to divulge what they had seen inside. For one, it was easy for them not to talk. That person was killed by police after rushing out of the building, holding a pair of shaved rabbits. The other activist still refused to speak, and upon further questioning stated, "What I saw was beyond normal animal testing. It was chilling, and had I known what was going on, I wouldn't have broken in to free the animals, but rather, I would have burned the place to the ground." What had they seen? What monstrous things could have possibly occurred in this lab? What monstrous things had been created? While no definite conclusions were reached by the reporter in that article, the timing with the sightings by the scared hikers only served as kindling to rumors of catmen in the Berkeley Hills, whom the local students named Tigris. Many brave souls ventured into the hills to find this creature, but most failed to find any trace whatsoever. However, certain free-spirited locals found that Tigris would find them and not the other way around. when they lit up a joint on their little hike. While terrifying at first, the creature seemed to do no harm. In fact, on one reported occasion, the creature, while nervous, seemed lonely? One hiker even ventured to pet Tigris, whom, it was reported, did not turn away, but in fact flopped to the ground and exposed his sleek belly, almost like a house cat demanding a belly scratching. Remarkable, and almost cute if the house cat wasn't 6 feet long and humanoid. But what if this creature's troubling association with illegal drugs? Yes, like catnip for cats, so it seems marijuana is for Tigris. But why? The easy explanation is obvious. The witnesses are high, and they're seeing things. They should be lucky that a mountain lion didn't attack them. However, a few anonymous students claim to have seen Tigris while working at these formerly closed labs. One student in particular admitted to being a habitually heavy marijuana user who enjoyed going into the lab at night while under the influence and giving the captive animals inside extra treats. She felt guilt and wanted to make the animals' miserable experience as pleasant as possible. And so, she would routinely bring in extra food and treats after hours. Could this explain why Tigris was attracted to the smell of marijuana? The only positive association with humans he had in its short life were of a stoned lab assistant who did her best to spoil him. Who's to say? However, if you're hiking in the parks in the East Bay Hills of San Francisco and stop to smoke a marijuana cigarette, stay alert. Did you hear a rustle in the eucalyptus leaves around you? If so, let's hope you brought some extra treats. Tigris might want to say hi. I've got to scroll. There we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed these tales as much as I. If you see aliens, or a jumping creature, something from beyond your normal life experience, or a creature in the woods, unclear, but attracted to whatever you're smoking, just enjoy it. I know that we enjoy spooky things on Halloween.